What is up, guys? Angry Gamer coming at you again today. So we need to talk a little bit about this marathon stress testing server. You know, back in the day when I first did this video over talking about this game, I kind of watched it and knew exactly what we were watching. And I knew that the graphics were shit. I knew everything. And I was like, if this gameplay is any bit like this video, it's not going to be what we wanted. I got a whole list of things that I truly hated about this game sitting here in front of me, and we're going to go over each and every one of them, and I'm going to talk deeper into them. So we're going to go ahead and just jump into this video. I don't know how long it's going to be, but hopefully, damn, I can't believe these people made Halo back in the day. We all know that they don't work there anymore. This is insane that this is how far this company's gone. It kind of speaks word of mouth of where the industry's going and why we can't ever have any good games these days. They just want to kind of rinse and repeat. When you look at these games that are being produced, it's horrible. Truly bad. Let's just jump into the things I hated about this marathon game. Cool. Here we go. First thing that really, when I locked in this game, the intro why is it so long? This is the problem. People want to just get into the games. I don't understand, especially if it's a server test. It's really cool if you want to do a single player and actually put forth the time of making really good videos and everything when it comes to CGI or whatever you want to do, animations and shit like that. When you're making a game like this, well, I'm sorry to say, even in Arc Raiders, I didn't give two shits about what was going on in the background with the videos. I wish I could skip it. I know you can hit escape and skip it all, but I'm gonna be real with you. I was streaming it through Steam Link and I couldn't hit the escape button because they put it the same escape button. So I had to sit there and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna endure this. I'm gonna watch the entire thing and see how long it takes to get through this. Did I get anything from it? Absolutely not. It's so crazy how long just the intro alone to get into the game made no sense at all. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's because I haven't played the games that were back on the PS1. I don't know. Maybe I need to do more research on what's going on. I feel like I shouldn't have to if you're bringing out a game. I just, oh my god, it was just complete chaos. So I guess the second thing I have here written down is there kept being a black screen when you were loading into the game. I literally thought my game crashed multiple times. I was like, man, I'm just seeing a black screen. What's going on here? I'm gonna be real with you. I think that was a missed opportunity. You could have easily put some awesome, loading screens, maybe some storytelling, maybe some cool audio breakdowns. I don't know. Something better than just, here's a black screen. Nothing's happening. Cool. We could have done something so much better, and that's just, I guess you could say, a thing you missed out on. You could have literally explained more about the entire story while it was loading, but you never did. Instead of I got into a black hole, wondering if my computer crashed. March 5th, guys. And I have a pretty decent computer. It has 32 gigabytes RAM. I have a 4070 Ti Super. I don't know. I'm just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting. I don't know if I'm waiting on my teammates or what. Even my brother-in-law, he jumped in, downloaded the game. We were playing both together. We were both seeing the same black screen. I just did not know what the hell was going on. I don't know if that was just something broken. Don't sit here and say, oh man, this is just a beta. This is just a stress test. They're coming out on March 5th. And a lot of y'all have pre-ordered this game. As a matter of fact, this game crashed with a fatal error. A marathon graphical fatal error. If I can find the screenshot, here it is. I'm going to put it up right now. This happened 3 times. One of the times is when we extracted, and I lost everything. That entire 18 minutes of me playing a game, probably more, probably 30 minutes, gone. We're going to let that fly. Maybe that error should have already been fixed. I don't know. You have till March 5th to get it working. Now, what is that, 3 days from now? I don't ever remember Arc Raiders having a fatal crash like that on me. I still don't. I'm going to do a lot of comparisons to Arc Raiders because that's who they're going up against. They're not going up against Call of Duty. They're not going up against Battlefield. They're going up against Arc Raiders. I don't care if one's third person, one's first person. Don't give a shit. It's the same type of game. And the number one thing that I can most desperately take away from Arc Raiders between Marathon is Arc Raiders is for, I guess you could say, casual. It was made for console players and PCs alike, but it isn't a Tarkov or it's a Marathon. And what I mean by that is there's just so much shit in those two games, Marathon and Tarkov. Crazy amount of just waste of information that is not needed. When you're in Arc Raiders, when you look at something, you know what it is. You know that thing recharges your shield. You know what a bandage does. You don't have to have an input. It already correlates with your brain. But when you jump into Marathon, there's so many mini micro icons, you don't know what half the shit does. You don't know what it's there for. It's literally insane how crazy all the items and the little emblems look the same. It wasn't till I think maybe my 4th hour that I finally understood what the shield looked like. And not only that, there's different multiple types of shields, which there are in Arc Raiders. But like I said, they're emblems. They're defined. They're different. You can most definitely tell that the bigger shields that healed your entire shield were the ones that, like, if you had a heavy shield on Arc Raiders, it was like a huge tube and had a huge microphone on the end. For the small shields, it was like the wing and it looked like a shot almost. Point is, when you're playing Marathon, you can't tell the difference between a really good shield repair or a minor shield repair. I just think their entire icon system needs to be revamped and cut down on the description. I just want to know what they do. I don't care where you're sticking it. There was way too much information when you would hover over stuff. Like, put the big print. Like, if you want to have all that big information, maybe make it have a subtitle. You hover over something and then another icon pops down. The first icon just gives you information for the casual players that don't want to go into detail of what Marathon is. It's literally crazy. And that's another thing. There's really no deviation between enemies, I feel. They all look the same. Some of them have huge shields. Some of them have teleport. I was still confused sometimes what I was even playing because I felt like I was playing Destiny, which that's fine. We're talking about a company that made Destiny. And when you're playing Marathon, you have no idea as a casual gamer what the fuck you're looking at. It's kind of like playing Destiny. And I kind of expected this. When you have never played Destiny or you played Destiny when it first came out, right? When you jump into Destiny today and you haven't played for, I don't know, 7 years that it's been out? I don't even know. It's been so long since I've even played and touched that game. If you were to go into it today, you would have no idea where to go. Even if you played it back in the past, you could literally give a controller to a kid and they wouldn't know how to start the game. I literally tried to play Destiny with my kid. To be honest with you, he didn't know what the hell or where to go. He didn't know how to start a mission. He didn't know which planet to go to. Didn't know how to explain where to start at. And that is the problem. And there's so many times in Marathon when you're trying to just get through some of the tutorial stuff and look at everything, it's just pop-up after pop-up after pop-up. And I know they're trying to describe and explain what the hell's going on and what's flying through your screen, but it's so much fucking information to comprehend. It is insane. And I'm more of a visual person. Here, read this and understand it. I mean, that's what video games is. It's a visual perspective of things. Couldn't understand at all what the fuck I was doing till at least an hour after I started getting into the game. And for somebody to have that much information thrown at them in the beginning, you take a deuce immediately. You'd be like, I'm out. Going back to Arc Raiders. Peace out. Because y'all do not make it simple for people to understand what the fuck is going on. I guess the only real thing that you could really take away from all this really needed to just organize the item selection. There's so many items that you can pick up that you can just get rid of and sell. You're sitting there fondling to see if it's something that you can consume to get adrenaline, just like the adrenaline shot and stuff like that. See, that's the thing, is the stuff, the items, the icons, everything, the emblems that were in this game, they don't even look like something that you can physically consume. And I think that's the problem, that there's no difference between this looking of items that you can sell and items that you can consume. They all just look the same. Whereas in Arc Raiders, you can tell when a shot looks like a shot, hey, I could probably take that. I could probably shoot that in my arm. That looks what it looks like. That's the thing. I mean, maybe even make a tab where it's just, here's all your items that you can consume, or maybe just have the consumed items at the top and the rest of it's just like sold stuff. There may be something in there already like that. I just think there was so much that I was trying to go through to just look through what was consumable and what wasn't, and what could I sell and what can I not sell, because some of this stuff, some of the items you find, they're meant for selling. The one thing I really truly hated, and I think even my brother-in-law would agree with me, is I feel like the free loadouts are just, it's not enough, period, when it comes to ammunition. Like, I understand 100%. For example, you go with a free loadout in Arc Raiders, you got the little kettle, you got the rifle, and then you got the SMG. All you're trying to really, there's no health bar, there's no bullet sponging. It's, hey, hit the damn fan fin and then the robot goes down. That's pretty much what I'm seeing here. But when you're playing Marathon, nope, you are bullet sponging the shit out of the people you're shooting at. And what's funny is that I don't understand is why you put an ammo box as your gear to drop on the ground. I guess it's one of your activated gears, and so you drop an ammo box and you go over there and you open it up, so it's like you're carrying an ammo box? Why not just give me the ammo so I don't have to take time and drop an ammo box? I don't understand at all. What was the point behind the ammo box? Like, I understand, hey, I can take in an ammo box and drop ammo. Why not just give me the ammo and make it less hectic? I was just tired of just carrying a damn ammo box, waiting for all the bullet sponging to happen. And I don't know how many times we got into fights and we bullet sponged all the enemies, and then all of a sudden people just showed up and tanked the shit out of us because we didn't have no ammo. There was no deciding if we should avoid them or anything or run away. It was just, to be real, the best strategy in Marathon is to pretty much wait for the firefight to be completely over, because they're going to use all their ammo to put down these damn enemies and then initiate. Don't ever engage an enemy in Marathon while they're fighting. Wait till completely after they're done fighting, because I'm gonna bet you 100% they're going to be out of ammo by the time that happens. If you are literally attacking an enemy and you are hearing non-stop fire as you're coming up on them, that's pretty much telling you wait till the fight's over, then engage. That's the thing, is like, you can't do that in Arc Raiders, because it's either you engage when the enemy's attacking them. You can put down those robots fast. There's no bullet sponging to it unless they're attacking the big guys, which that's not what free loadouts are doing. Free loadouts are either going in to kill people or do missions. That's what they're doing. They're there to do as least amount of damage to robots as possible. Here, you have no choice. You're going in and you're blowing through your ammo. Hands down. There's no choice about it. It's just a chaos mode of running out of ammo. That's what it is. I don't know how you fix it, because you've added the bullet sponge life bar to the enemies, and I think that's why Arc Raiders works so well compared to Marathon, where you're just burning through their shields and then you're burning through their life. And I'm like, I don't know, man. And that's another thing too, is like, you can't even really deviate what is a player and what's not a player, because the players, when you're playing Arc Raiders, you see a Raider, right? Because there's nobody else that looks like a Raider in the game. They did so well on making that different correlation. You know when you see a Raider in Arc Raiders, which is awesome. But I literally thought there was a team of 3 that were going up to try and kill my brother-in-law in the second floor up there. Come to find out, they weren't people. They were just robots. You can't tell when you see actual runners. So the entire time I'm sitting there thinking that there's 3 enemies, like actual players, coming and about to push my shit in. I'm sitting there firing at them, and come to find out they start playing animation Destiny when you shoot at those guys, tall and lanky. It's just, you can't tell when you're seeing a runner. They're just all mixed into the bunch, and you can only really know that they're runners. And even when you come up to a group of runners that are firing at actual, I guess, what do you even call the things that you're fighting in the game? Have no idea. You have to literally look and see who's moving a certain what to make sure that they are runners in order before you engage, because you have no idea. You can't just buy the armor because everybody looks like they're wearing the same shit. That could be one thing that y'all could figure out how to change, because it's something that really needs to be fixed. Well, there's actually 2 things. First, I liked contracts. Contracts are great. Contracts worked with Arc Raiders. Playing by yourself, play Arc Raiders, you go out, do those contracts alone. Even though you're in group of 3, you can still, hey man, I need to run over here real quick, grab this. You finish your contract without even having to kill any of the clankers that are in the game. No flying robots. Even if you do, it's easy. Snapshot, pop, pop, they fall down. You get your contract, go meet up with your boys, and just follow up with whatever they're doing. But here, it's completely different. If you have a contract, you cannot do it by yourself, period. You have to have all 3 guys there with you. I have yet to see it possible to do it. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just a poor game player. If everybody has a contract and they all split up to go do their own shit, it's game over. And that happened way too many times. Game where me and my brother-in-law, we had somebody with us, and he just takes off in this opposite direction. Doesn't let us know. Doesn't ping. We can see his contract. The thing is we don't know if he's doing it. We don't know if he's following us. Next thing you know, he's just shooting off in the opposite direction. So we're thinking he's behind us. He ain't behind us. Then we're engaged with a 3-on-2 match, even though our buddy's way over there finishing his contract up, I guess. And I bet you I don't think he even made it. I think he actually got killed by the AI in the game. What I think is, when you start a match, it should show everybody's contract, and everybody benefits from that contract. I think, like, maybe we should all agree before we jump in the match, maybe when it's that black hole screen, maybe we can all come to an agreement on which contract we're doing, or maybe put a contract, hey, let's do this one first, this one second, let's vote on it real quick. And then when you start, get one contract that just is displayed on your screen, and then once that contract's fixed, the other one will come up. That makes you stick together. It makes you know what the objective is. I'm just trying to think of easier ways to do this so you're not jumping in a team of threes and then just pooping all over yourself. And that's the thing, I can tell you right now, no one's going in there solo. And another thing is, dude, I don't really think there was anybody communicating, like, at all. That's what's so cool about Arc Raiders, is that when you play Arc Raiders, you're creating your own stories within the game. You're recording clips, and it's like an actual story of somebody getting bombarded, or like, you're not gonna get those experiences in Marathon. I 100% am serious with you. You will never see funny clips that are like Arc Raiders actually feels like a world, where this feels you're getting thrown into an arena, and maybe that's what it is. It is supposed to be, because that's what I get from the trailers. That's why I think this game should have cooked a little bit longer and tried to figure certain things out, because I'm telling you, this is gonna die because the emotion's not there, the community's not there, the social aspect of Arc Raiders is not there. And I feel like this game could be a good game, and I'm not saying some people aren't gonna play it, because I mean, it's cool that they actually added classes. I like the classes in the game. I mean, there's multiple characters you can choose from, and they all have different awesome things to them. Like, the tank can have a shield, the healer can res people far away and also heal like little robot. Like, there's cool aspects to it. Like, I'm not saying the entire game is bad. I'm just saying all your coolness of the game gets completely ripped out. You rip the player out of the game and the fun that you could have in this game. It could be good one day, but just looking to see how Destiny went and gone, and the way it was just crazy. Because I remember back in the day when you first jumped into the first Destiny, it felt like they had that intro mission and it kind of introduced you to stuff. In Destiny 2, I guess it wasn't for people that were casual. It wasn't for people who had never played Destiny before. They made that game for the Destiny players, I guess, and that's what I kind of feel like this is. What I'm seeing is that you're just killing off a game that you made. You're not trying to bring in new players. You're trying to just keep the Destiny players happy and make them spend more money, which, I mean, to be honest, I think you could have just made Destiny have its own an extraction mode. Completely independent Destiny extraction mode, and I think people would have been happy. But nah, you had to make a whole new game, steal people's fucking art. Damn, I can't even believe that. Because y'all did that, you know, people sit here and say, you can't justify hating on an entire development team over one person's actions. Yes, you can. And the problem with that is that you're not looking at the person's work that he's bringing to the table. This is also another reason I'm going to bring this up, even for our game, the game that we're making. Why can't I use AI for 3D modeling? If I'm drawing it up, I'm doing the actual art, making what it looks like, send it into ChatGPT. ChatGPT takes my art, makes it look realistic. I take that, she makes a 3D model for me, and then I texture it the way I want it to be textured. What is wrong with that? Came from my brain. I drew it up. I didn't go copy it from somebody's Instagram or some shit like that and didn't change it at all. You did this to your company. You spit in the face of gamers. You spit in the face of art. I don't care if you hired somebody new. I don't care if you fired him, because once you do that, what says that the other people that you've hired aren't doing the same thing? And I promise you, he is not the only wolf in sheep's clothing. There are multiple there in that, and you know, I wish the best for Marathon, but it's not my cup of tea. It's fun having classes and stuff in the game. It makes the game change on the fly. Like I said, you're not going to have those cool stories or movie-like cinematic experiences